Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
And we are the YHWH and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very, very much for hanging out with us. We are on the last chapter of James in a section that we call Faith Without Works is Dead, and there has been some interesting discussion. People are very much angry at this message. They're like, well, Jason, works can't save you. And by in of itself, I mean, if we had classic examples of our forefathers, works did save them, right? There was no Messiah back in the days of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and there was no other way. We have something a little bit different. We have that hope, and we have just the action of having a Messiah where they didn't have a Messiah back in the days. All they had was what they were told was to keep my laws, statutes, and commandments, and if they did, they were saved, and if they didn't, they then they absolutely weren't. And so, if you don't want to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator, then by default, you will be in the hands of Hasatan. You are not going to have spiritual protection. You're not going to have what you are looking for unless you keep the laws, statutes, and commands. Now, I want to take us real quickly to Revelation 14:12, and this is what we're talking about here. Here is the patience of the Kodeshim, and that means saints. Here are they that guard the commandments of Elohim and the faith of Yahushua. These are the end times. We are talking the end time Bible right here. We are talking the chapter in that speaks of the times that we are in right here. And it clearly says by John himself, the witness of John from the island of Patmos, he says the people that are saved are they that guard the commandments of Elohim and have the faith of Yahushua. Gentlemen, who are we and why do we believe what we believe?
We believe that the Torah is for all generations. We believe it has never been done away with. We believe no apostle, no disciple, no Messiah has ever got rid of our Torah, has never got rid of the Torah. And because it says for all generations, the Messiah kept the Torah, the disciples kept the Torah, everyone the disciples and apostles all kept the Torah, and they believe in Yahushua.
Yeah, they all obeyed. And this is what it comes down to be. You can either be obedient to our Creator, or you don't need to be. And I say you don't need to be, but when I say you don't need to be, it's at the expense of your soul. And so let's continue on. Let's get the last chapter here, and let's see what this says. Yaakov 5. Come now, rich ones, weep, crying aloud over the hardships coming upon you. Your riches have rotted, and your garments have become moth-eaten. Your gold and your silver have become rusty, and their rust shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh like fire. You have laid up treasure in the last days. All right, let's talk about this. What is this talking about? This is talking about what?
Rich people.
Rich people. And what about them? What about the rich people? What's going to happen to them?
So money means nothing. There's nothing that's going to save them. It's not going to fix their health. It's not going to fix their soul. It's not going to fix their life in general. It's not going to do anything good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they worship it. That's all they are there for is money. All they want is money.
Yep.
How much gold can I get? How much can I be the empire of money?
Yeah, and it says that the rust, and that's the thing we don't know if gold and silver becomes. I don't know so much it becomes rusty, but in this particular part, gold and silver becomes rusty. And when something's rusting, that means it's the metal or whatever is breaking down on it. It is being eaten little bits at a time. And so that means that their precious metals that they're all trying to hold on to and trying to hoard up to will become useless, right? They rust away. And when something rusts, it becomes over. Okay, 4. See the wages of the workmen who mowed your fields, which you kept back. Cry out. And the cries of the reapers have reached the ears of Yahuwah of hosts. All right, so these guys mow some grass down as well. Do you think what do you think they got the grass down with? They said they mowed their fields. You think they had size back then?
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure it would have been like that, or some kind of machete. Because I know we ever talk about swords, so I'm sure they had machete and maybe like sword. Maybe they probably had scythe. I'm sure.
Sure, they had swords. Yeah, and you think they mastered the machete and were able to cut down grass like we can cut down grass?
Maybe I'm pretty
better.
sure they're probably better than us.
Probably. They didn't have any kind of like tractors or anything. We don't either. But the world that we are in now is everybody farms with tractors and devices and stuff. They didn't have that kind of stuff.
I think it was mostly done by hand. I'm sure they had a few tools. They made like they had a cow, like an oxen plow.
We know they had a plowshare because that's what Cain killed Abel with. He picked up a metal plowshare and cracked him. Okay, 5. You have lived on the earth in pleasure and luxury. You have fattened your hearts as in a day of slaughter. You have condemned. You have murdered the righteous. He does not resist you. Okay, is your guys say he as in lowercase he?
Yeah.
He does not resist you. And that's the righteous. And so essentially the righteous are being murdered and the righteous, are not resisting them. 6 or 7. So, brothers, be patient until the coming of the Adon. See, the farmer waits for the precious fruit of the earth, waiting patiently for it until it receives the early and latter rain. You too be patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Adon has drawn near. Do not grumble against each other, brothers, lest you be judged. See, the judge is standing at your door. I know you guys always want to run past this one. Kate, why don't we talk about this a little bit? Verse 9, grumbling against each other. It says that if you grumble against each other, that you will be judged. And it says, see, the judge is standing at the door with a capital J. What do you make of this, guys?
It's saying don't judge others if they're messed up something in the Torah and you are in the Torah and they're trying to figure out their walk. It's like don't judge people. They're figuring it out. It's not saying don't go do righteousness when people are breaking the Torah when they are doing evil and you see it and you can stop the evil that they are doing.
I'll take that. Jade, you got anything?
I don't see it as really judge, don't judge each other. I see more don't argue, don't fight.
Don't grumble. I guess when you grumble, we say our pit bulls grumble. They're always sitting here growling at each other. We call that grumbling. And don't, Eli, what do you make of this?
Yeah, we shouldn't be grumbling.
Okay, wake up now, son. Let's make this happen. All right, 10. My brothers, as an example of suffering and patience, take the Nebian who spoke in the name of Yahuwah. See, we call those Baruch who endure. You have heard of the endurance of Job and saw the purpose of Yahuwah, that he is very sympathetic and compassionate. But above all, my brothers, do not swear, either by the Shemaim or by the earth or with any other oath. Now, is this saying don't curse? Is this saying bad words?
This is saying don't take an oath by these kind of things. Don't use these. I swear upon my own life that I'll do this.
Yeah, and don't swear. It says don't swear by the heaven or earth or anything else. I swear by God or something, right? That's what people do. I swear to God. That's what they always will say. And then you're like, well, who knows that? Who's your God? Who are you swearing by? But let your yes be yes, and your no, no, lest you fall into judgment. Thoughts on this one?
He's repeating what Yahushua said. That's exactly what Yahushua said.
Yeah, and why would we want our yes to be yes and our no to be no?
Because so that we're trustworthy and that we don't make oaths, that we don't swear by things we shouldn't swear by because we can't control our lives. We shouldn't be swearing on heaven because we can't do anything about that. So.
Yeah, and when we are saying yes and no, you got to be exact with what you guys are talking about, right? You're not sitting there, well, let's do this or that. It's either a yes or a no on all things. 13. Is any of you suffering evil? Let him pray. Is anyone in good spirits? Let him sing Tehillim. Okay, what do you guys make of this?
So if someone's sad, let him pray. If someone's happy, let him sing psalms.
What does suffering evil look like?
Falling under anything bad that happens, suffering evil.
Yeah, everything. And so there's two things here. He's talking about those who suffer evil and those who are suffering good, right? In good spirits. Anyone in good spirits means you're suffering good, right? Whether you call it suffering or you're enjoying good. There's two things here, right? If we are falling into evil, we need to pray. We need to pray to our Creator, and we need to pray diligently and fervently, and we need to seek Him. And then if things are going good, instead of just going along our main way, we need to start singing prayers and praises to our Creator, right? For every good thing that happened, it is because He has allowed that to happen to us, right? Nothing that we do is by our own hand. It has the hand of Yah. Everything is Yah willing on everything. 14. Is anyone among you sick? Let him call for the elders of the assembly and let him pray over him, having anointed him with oil in the name of the Adon. And the prayer of the belief shall save the sick, and the Adon shall raise him up. And if he has committed sins, he shall be forgiven. All right, let's talk about this. This talks about prayer healing people. What do you guys make of this?
Prayer to heal people does work. It is possible if we do all things through the name of Yahushua.
And you have to really believe that. Or if you do it doubtingly, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, you really, truly have to. But what happens if we pray and people don't get well? Is it because we're weak in faith, or is it because it's not Yah's will?
I would say it's because it's not God's will, but it could be also weak in faith. If you have any doubt in your heart that it won't happen, it's not going to happen.
We prayed over our cows getting well before, and they died.
They died. It wasn't.
But we believed. I believed. I mean, your mom believed. We all believed the cows were going to get better, and they still died. What's that say? Is our belief lacking, or is there something we're doing wrong?
It wasn't the will of Yah.
Yeah, it wasn't the will of Yah. He will do everything, and people will be tested. Things will be tested. He will see who is loyal and who is not. Absolutely. Okay. 16. Confess your trespasses to one another and pray for one another so that you are healed. The earnest prayer of a righteous one accomplishes much. Okay, this is huge stuff, right? Prayer happens, right? Prayer happens here, and prayer works. Have we seen miracles happen in this house with prayer?
I believe so.
You believe so. Does anyone have any examples of prayer, of things and miracles that we can see definitively that our Creator lives and is protecting us?
The other day with the dog, when he was shaking and you prayed and he got better.
Yep. One day, and then when we are out with our fire, and every single one of us are praying for a little bit different thing, right? Some of us are praying for it to be put out here. I'm praying that we are able to, that nobody falls in the thing. And, everything burned off, and, our land was saved, and there's constant miracles. Like, we don't go week after week without a constant miracle. And like Eli was talking about, we were having an altercation in our house with our pit bulls, and it is not a peaceful moment, and it's extremely intense. And you have no idea. The pits are all angry. Everyone's real aggressive. They all start shaking like they're ready to strike. And the other day we said a prayer out loud, and right before the aggression was about to take a step into the bite, it just stopped. It was a complete supernatural thing. And I'm not saying that we're righteous by any means. We're probably like the most unrighteous out of everybody. But I'm saying that prayer does work, and that our Creator immediately, like instantaneously, like you couldn't have made a collect call or a call fast enough to get somebody on the line, that the action was taken care of. Like the messengers delivered the message, Yah was there. He stopped everything. And that's the kind of stuff that happens to us quite often.
Like the lightning too.
The lightning, which lightning? The lightning strikes. Yeah, we also had that as well too. Last year we have a couple different seasons here. One of them is rainy season, and with rainy season sometimes comes massive electrical storms, and it was all around us. And we have solar on our house, and if we have lightning touch us, we're going to lose all our power, and we'll probably go for the rest of our lives without power, just because we don't have any way to get more power back. And so we were sitting here with lightning all around us, and I think who prayed with me? Was it Eli? Caden and I prayed, and it was almost immediately after that it stopped. Like literally, the prayer stopped the lightning strikes all around us immediately, instantaneously. Like it wasn't a phenomenon. It wasn't just randomly happened, stopped. It was that the hand of our Creator pushed this stuff away, and we could see the lightning further on out, but it took it from the direct epicenter where we were, and it saved us yet again. And so it goes over and over and over. Yah saves us over and over and over, and I hope He's saving you guys too, because He is amazing. Okay, 17. Eliyahu was a man with feelings like us, and he prayed earnestly that it would not rain. And it did not rain on the land for 3 years and 6 months. And he prayed again, and the Shemaim gave rain, and the land brought forth fruit. How would that be, guys? How would that be to have the ear of Yah, and for Him to listen to you to be able to do that? I haven't made it rain, and I haven't made it stop raining, but that is pretty amazing. And I totally believe that if we needed that Yah would do that for us if that was the case. Okay, 19. Brothers, If anyone among you goes astray from the truth, and someone turns him back, let him know that he who turns a sinner from the straying of his way shall save a Kai from death and cover a great number of sins. All right, let's talk about that right there. So if you find somebody going astray from the truth, and that person turns back, and that you turn him back, essentially, it's he who turns a sinner from straying of his way. He'll save his life from death and cover a great number of sins. What do we make of saving the life from death and also cover a great number of sins?
Well, there's not going to be a physical death. He'll still die a physical death when his time comes, but he won't die a spiritual death. He won't die a second death. He will have a chance at salvation, and his sins will be washed away, right? He won't be like as accountable for those sins anymore.
Yeah, but this is talking to a person. This is like me saying to you, Jay, if you go out there and you teach somebody and this person changes their life, that will be held accountable. You will be held accountable for them changing their life, right? Because it says, straying of his way shall save a life from death and cover a great number of sins. I think that is also, I guess, what you call brownie points for yourself as well. Because if you are out there and you are trying to bring people to the kingdom, we all have piles of sins. We are all going to be extremely embarrassed on Judgment Day. We're all going to be extremely upset. It's not going to go down like we think it's probably going to go down. And it's going to be a very terrifying experience for all of us. And we need to go in with humble hearts. We need to go into clean hearts. And that means we need to get our ways cleaned. And this segment, as we end yet another segment, I believe that we adequately titled this, Faith Without Works is Dead. Now, boys, is not keeping the Torah going to send you to hell?
Probably.
According to scriptures. What scriptures do we have that says things of this nature?
Well, we have Yahushua who said, "Depart from me."
Ye who work lawlessness.
We have Revelations open there, and it says that is how the people that are going to be saved will be the people that keep the laws, setting commands, and the faith. We have the Torah itself, where it says that is how you will be my people.
Yeah. And I'm looking at Matthew 7:13 right now, and it says, "Enter ye in at the narrow gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leads to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat. Because narrow is the gate, and troublesome is the way which leads to life, and few there be that find that." Now, the fascinating part of those two verses right there is the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. And few there be that find it. Now, what are we talking about there? We're talking about life, right? The way to life. Now, about 5 verses down, this is where we will end this with. Not everyone that says to me, unto me, Adonai, Adonai, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Father which is in heaven. Now, the will of the Father which is in heaven is what, Cade?
Is to do the Torah.
The Torah. Many will say to me in that day, Adonai, Adonai, have we not prophesied in your name, and in your name have cast out devils, and in your name done many wonderful works? Sorry, that's the dog. And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye workers of Torahlessness. Now, I put Torahlessness in there because iniquity is Torahlessness. That is what we know of as iniquity. All right, gentlemen, I think that is it. Guys, for everybody out there, this is another section. I hope somebody out there at some point got something from this, and I hope you guys can use this. I hope you guys find obedience in the Torah. I hope you guys find Messiah Yahushua. And in no way, shape, or form are we ever saying Messiah Yahushua's job wasn't important. It's a two-way street. It takes Messiah Yahushua and it takes the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator. It takes two. We need a Melchizedek priest and we need the Torah. All right, guys, that's it. Much love to everybody out there.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.